What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Show Tiberio Show. Whether you're listening on one of the podcast players or you're out there watching on YouTube, welcome. Welcome into today's episode, what I call the 5-second rule. What the heck is that? That's what you're thinking, I guarantee it. What the heck is this 5-second rule, Shawn? Well, simply put, you got 5 seconds. And this is why you're going to want to stay tuned into this episode to figure out, what do I mean by you've got 5 seconds? So before we get going, as always, if you're not subscribed or you haven't hit that little bell on YouTube, or you haven't subscribed on the podcast player, left us a rating, a review, said hi to us, whatever the case is, make a little note as soon as this episode's done to get that over with, so that each and every week when new episodes are coming out, you get notified and you're in and you don't miss some of this information. Today we're going to be talking about what I call the 5-second rule. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about because it's actually one of the most exciting aspects of being a business owner and trying to market your business and get your business in front of your ideal audience. By now, you guys should be able to start to draw the conclusion on what I mean by the 5-second rule. Here's the thing. You see, opening a business, super, super fun. It's exciting. It's great times. Whether you're a seasoned business owner out there, you're just getting one started, we can all relate to what it felt like or it feels like as we get the business going. However, business goes much deeper than all the other aspects, the money, the give back, all that kind of stuff. Whether it's online, offline, whatever the case is, there's this one rule out there, this 5-second rule right here that, quite frankly, a lot of business owners are overlooking. And here's what it is. Whether it's on your website, whether it's a flyer, a business card, some sort of leave behind collateral, or even just the way that you present yourself in a meeting, online or in person, this 5-second rule applies. We're going to break each one of these down. And basically, all I'm saying is you've got about 5 seconds to get into that other person, your ideal client, your prospect, whoever's looking at your collateral, whatever the case is on your website. You got about 5 seconds to handle the two things going on in their head. And if you don't, they're out. They're going somewhere else. They're going to go look at somebody else, aka your competition, your competitors in your marketplace, in your niche. So how do we get through to them in the 5 seconds? Well, it starts by this. First off, you got to understand what it is that we're even trying to hit. What is this answer? What is this magical thing that they need to feel like has been answered inside this 5 seconds to stick around? And here's what it is. Every single person that you are attempting to market to, person to person, online to person, leave behind collateral, you name it, they've got two things going on in their brains. And in their subconscious, this is what's they're asking this question, right? They've got two things. They either got a problem that they want to solve, and subconsciously they're asking, can they solve it? Can they solve it? Can they solve it? You got 5 seconds to answer that. If you don't, they're saying, nope, they can't solve it. I'm moving. I'm going. I got to find my solution. The other thing is they've got a result. There's something that they want, and they're looking for how to get that result. And same thing, when they're finding you, and this happens whether it's the first time they see you or all the way through your entire value ladder, ascension ladder, whatever the heck you want to call it, every touch point along the way, these two things are going through their head. And they're saying, can I get the result that I want from them? Is this business going to get me the result that I'm looking for? Subconsciously, this is what's happening in their brain. And if they answer no at any point in that first 5 seconds, they're out. They're not going to, and you might be able to. The problem is they weren't able to draw that conclusion fast enough to stick around to find out. I get it. There's a lot of great businesses out there. There's a lot of great businesses out there that never even make it happen. There's a lot of great businesses out there that never even get a client, that never sell a product, that never get their service in the hands of the people that could use it the most. And it has nothing to do with the product or the service being bad or the people being bad. It could be top-notch, world-class. They just can't get the information to them fast enough to be able to get that person to continue on. So let's break some of these down. Let's get a little bit more specific, because this rule, it applies both in the physical world as well as the virtual, which we can say for this episode to keep it streamlined. Personal world is physical, anything that they see. You guys watching this right now, if I was doing this episode in my car, in the driver's seat of my car, the quality, the audio, the visual, the professionalism to that is going to be down here. Even those of you that are listening, if I didn't have good equipment, at least in a quiet area with decent audio, I'm not saying you got to go buy top-notch stuff. I'm not saying you got to go set up an entire studio like we have here. But if you're doing your marketing, and if you were running a podcast like this or a video cast and you look like crap, it's going to apply there too. Just like virtually online on your website, in your print ads. So let's start with the physical aspect first, as I'm using this as the example, right? You guys that are watching on the video right now on YouTube, the set looks pretty good, right? Now, I'm sure some of you might say, well, I'd do it a little different. This is what I like. This is my look. This is the brand. It looks clean. It looks professional. It's not just, I'm not sitting in my house with a bag of laundry behind me and a naked child running around or something. All of that goes. I'm dressed clean. I got a clean shave on. I smell good. I know you guys can't smell me through the video or smell me through the microphone. But let's take this and get it out of the video and audio component. What if I was going to go meet with somebody? Yes, Corona-19, COVID-19, coronavirus 2020. It's all happening right now. We can't meet, social distancing. We got to meet through glass, all that kind of stuff. However, that will come to an end at some point. We'll be back to physical meetings. If you show up to the physical meeting and you look distraught, if you show up to a physical meeting and you look like a bum, and I get it, brands matter. Make your brand. There's obviously a brand to Top Results Consulting, the Show Tiberio Show, Fortifying Your Mind, my book. There is a brand. It is seamless. I wear a ton of black. It's what I love to do. However, I'm not going to go the way that I am today to a business mixer. Oh, I'm going to probably have my gray suit on with my black shirt, right? Or maybe my black suit. I'm still going to represent my brand, but I'm going to look professional for the environment. If I'm going into a high-level business meeting, I'm going to dress to the level that I need to dress to. I'm not going to outperform my other person, but I'm going to dress to a certain level, because just the first 5 seconds that you walk into that meeting and they see you, you look like a bum, you're disheveled, you just look like you crawled out of bed, your teeth haven't been brushed, you stink. They're immediately going to draw the conclusion that that's how your business operates, that that's how you are in business. Same thing with your organization. I get on our clients all the time when they jump on our weekly trainings. And we get a couple of them that don't show up every week because, I forgot, or, I didn't, you should send out a reminder, 18 different times the day of, and 27 times in the last 30 seconds leading up to it, kind of thing. That just shows how you care about your business. Being disheveled, being disorganized, having no organization skills, not showing up to meetings on time, these type of things. All of this happen. You've got 5 seconds. If I sometimes want to play that rule with some of our clients. I'm going to log in at the time of our call, or I'm going to join our chat room at the time of our training. And after 5 seconds, I'll give you a 5-second grace period to get in. And I know I'm being a little harsh here, and I'm kind of, making a firm point, but that's to the level that you've got to look at it in the physical space. Now let's talk about the virtual space. And when I talk virtual, we're going to talk like everything from paperwork to leave behinds to your online marketing, your website feel, these type of things. In the space of marketing, there's this thing called above the fold. For those that remember newspapers and getting the newspaper at your house, page one, the front page, when the paper was folded in half and laid down with the title of the newspaper facing up, that top page of page one was what was known as above the fold. Now, in the digital world, that same above the fold has applied even onto websites. And what I mean by that is when you get onto a website, if you don't scroll, you land on the website, you've got it in your full browser view, and you don't scroll, that's what's considered above the fold. That's what people were looking at. They got about 5 seconds to look at that and decide if they want to continue to scroll or they hit back and go into the next website, ad, whatever, search, whatever it was that got them there. In your marketing collateral, business cards, flyers, brochures, anything like that. The look and feel. If you guys that are watching this on a video, you can see this piece of paper that I have here has just got some notes, some different notes on here. It's just words on a blank white piece of paper. It's just notes for me for while I'm going through this to make sure I've got some things highlighted that I want to make sure that I hit on. Right? It's not a full-blown script. I'm not reading from it. It's just notes. However, it looks like absolute crap. But I say that because I've actually seen people show up to Chamber of Commerce meetings, business professional meetings, stand up, talk about their business and go, I brought something to pass out to you guys, and pass something like this out. Now, again, they might be the best person. They might have all the best intentions. They might have really good customer service. Their product or service might be phenomenal. But the second somebody hands a piece of paper out like this that just looks like they sat down for 5 seconds, typed it on a Word document and printed it out because, oops, I forgot to put something together, that's the feel that we get. And immediately it's like, not really sure how valuable you really are. Again, subconsciously, these decisions are being made. So how do we change that? Well, obviously, we just talked. There's two things that are going on. They got a problem that they're trying to solve, or there's a result that they want and they're trying to get. So you've got to answer that immediately. And we jump into that, we get to that by having headlines and subheadlines on our websites, having headlines and subheadlines on our marketing collateral that speak exactly to either that pain point, the problem, or the solution, the benefit that they are going to get that's going to ultimately get them the result that they want. And we're going to go deeper into this in some other episodes in the future here because, there's a lot to unpack here. But I want you guys to understand the 5-second rule to start. Then we can start dissecting into what makes up a great headline and subheadline. And what do I mean when I say the marketing conversion equation? Interrupt, engage, educate, offer. Well, we're in the interrupt phase. You got 5 seconds to interrupt. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of marketing being thrown at people. And quite frankly, people are jaded and shut off to it. So anything that's just bleh, like this piece of paper right here, or it's just everybody's saying in your industry this exact same thing, it don't work. It doesn't get their attention. So take a look. Some action items that you guys can go and do after this episode, and then I'd be curious to hear about them in the comments of this episode. Shoot them to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, at Show Tiberio, at Top Results Consulting, anywhere that we're out there on the web. Let us know. I'm curious, where are you noticing once you start to pay attention to where maybe you're not hitting some of these things in a 5-second period? And what are some areas that maybe you can kind of look a little deeper into and work on a little bit. So let's take an example here. Got about 10 or so minutes left until I want to wrap this completely up by, but let's take a few minutes here and just break down an example to give you guys a little bit more clarity on this. And as I said, we're going to go deeper into a lot of these additional aspects that feed into this 5-second rule, especially on some of the online side. You know, the call to actions that we use being information-based that answer that question. And before I give you the answer or the example, understand this. At the end of the day, and this will be another episode that we'll take this deeper. At the end of the day, the features of your business, too many businesses are focusing just on those. Like, you got features, meaning there's the pieces, the cool things about your business, the features. Those don't sell. Nobody cares. Matter of fact, most people out there who are looking at your type of business already expect about 99% of the quote unquote features that you try to use for your endless marketing barrage. Benefits. The benefits of your business are what sell. And here's why. Benefits give them the result. The benefits that they gain from doing business with you, buying your product, utilizing your service, those benefits solve their biggest problem or get them the result that they want. The features is how you're going to get there. It's the details. It's the next layer of it. The features are some of the things that make you a little bit different than your competition. But they don't even care about those until they realize and see that the benefits are what they're looking for, that you've got what they want. Then they'll start to uncover the next layer and make sure that the features that you have are what they expect that you have. And do you have anything above that? Because there's a handful of features that every industry people expect it anymore. Thank you, Amazon. 2-day shipping. If your feature is 2-day shipping or fast shipping, people expect that. Thanks, Amazon, for that one. But they already expect it. So when you start saying that shipping is going to take 5 to 7 days, well, now they're pissed off because, well, I can get it in 2 days with Amazon. Why can't you, right? So understand that big difference. Benefits sell. The features get them later on down the road. They are the pieces that eventually will convert them over. So for an example, we're going to go super simple here. An industry that gets a lot of negativity and a lot of bad rap. Used car sales. Yes, I went there. Used car sales, right? Let's say that you're a used car salesman. You've got this used car lot. You're in a very well-established beach town, and you guys, your used car lot, you guys do a lot of like Jeeps or beach goer style SUVs, these type of things, something that can drive its way out onto a beach area or something like that. Or maybe you're more of a rural area dealership and you got a lot of trucks and trails and these types of things. Most used car lots, you'll see it. They do these like featured cars of the month. And they just take pictures of them in their parking lot and put them up on their site and use them on their ads and that kind of stuff. And that's great because it's showing the actual product that they're trying to sell, aka that particular vehicle that's on special or is the feature vehicle of the month. Problem is how many used car lots out there, other than maybe some of the big name brands, how many used car lots out there actually does their lot look good? Or does the picture of that Jeep where I'm like, I want a Jeep because I want to be able to drive it out on the beach because I can drive on the beach. And I look at this Jeep and it's inside a chain link fence. It doesn't look too good. So what if that dealer, instead of using that picture with it against the chain link fence or in their ugly, ugly lot, what if they took the picture, removed the background of it, got a picture of the bluff area or got a picture of the beach area or got a picture of the trails and then overlaid the image of the Jeep on top of that image of the beach. Made it look like the Jeep was sitting on the beach. Now do you see how in 5 seconds of me scrolling through and all of a sudden I see this picture, that's going to grab my attention. That's going to interrupt me. That's going to make me want to start digging in and ask a couple questions, because that's exactly what somebody in a beach town is probably looking for. So even though there's a lot of other used car lots, although there's a lot of other places I can buy this Jeep, and I'm probably scrolling through picture after picture after picture after picture, chain link fence, ugly lot, ugly lot, ugly lot, boom, all of a sudden a Jeep on a bluff overlooking the ocean at sunset. Man, that's got my attention. That's an easy example in any business that sometimes it's just thinking about, again, what's the result or what's the problem? What are we trying to give them, or what are we trying to solve for them? And let's just show them how it can be done. Let's paint the picture. Notice car dealers do this in commercials quite a bit. They show the picture of the sporty, Mercedes-Benz flying through the mountain zone on these zigzaggy roads with all its great handling and features. They show, the high-end luxury sedan pulling up to the red carpet event and glamorous people getting out of it. Because that's the status. That's that if I'm going to buy a Rolls Royce, that's the image that I have of me and my Rolls Royce pulling up to a party like that. It gets me sucked in. The first 5 seconds of that commercial, I'm going to see that and I'm going to want to keep watching that commercial, or I'm going to see it online and I'm going to want to continue to watch it. 5 seconds. Ingrain that in your head. 5 seconds to get through to everybody. Not to sell them in 5 seconds, not to make them a client in 5 seconds, not to get them all the way through your entire process. 5 seconds to get them to just stop for a second and listen, watch, read, pay attention, request more info. This is the baseline of a lot of fundamental marketing stuff. As always, we're going to take things deeper in the coming weeks, especially right now. Some of these topics that we're bringing to the show are super, super important given the current circumstances. We just did one last week on the 4 areas that are causing massive failure in business. And one of those elements that I talked about was strategic marketing, lack of strategic marketing. Well, part of strategic marketing is this 5-second rule. When you understand this, and then you understand the strategy that we've got to take somebody through to get them from ignorance to awareness to paying client, customer, purchaser, the 5-second piece becomes a little easier. And there's some other things that we can do, attention-grabbing headlines, subheadlines, really kind of touching, marketing to the negative. We'll get into all this stuff on future episodes. It's yet another reason why you guys should be subscribed to the YouTube channel, ShawnTiberio.tv, or on any podcast player out there, Apple iTunes being our favorite one, big Apple lovers here, the Show Tiberio Show. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in and yet again to another episode. Let us know. Reach out on social media at Top Results Consulting, at Shown Tiberio. All of those will be linked up down in the comment section or in the show notes area. Let us know which things are you going to do to make your 5 seconds more impactful. What areas are you noticing that you can improve on? And what are you going to do to start improving on those areas? If you want us to take a look at your website and let you know what are some ideas, what are some suggestions, or what is really good about it and should be highlighted even more to get the attention of somebody in that first 5 seconds, reach out, send us over the URL. We'll take a look. I'll gladly give you my opinion, my advice from all of us here at Top Results Consulting, and take a look and see what it is that you could be doing better. Post it in the comments, wherever you want to put it. Just let us know. We'll gladly help. And as always, If you want more information on how we here at Top Results Consulting, myself, Roger, and the entire team can help you guys take your business to the next level, grow your authority, and attract more of your ideal clients, do not hesitate to book a consultation call, 100% complimentary, no sales whatsoever. It's not a sales fest. It's not a pitch. We just want to talk, see how we can help you, give you some clarity on that, and go from there. You can book that call at any time on our website, topresultsconsulting.com. Grab yourself a complimentary call. We'll strategize. We'll put some things together. And I promise you at the end of it, if nothing more, you're going to leave there with a laundry list of action items that you can take immediately in your business to start growing your authority, gaining more leads of your ideal clients. Until next time, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you again for tuning in. I look forward to these every single week. We'll see you soon. And as always, stay real.